Doing really, really good. Oh, mess here. I can't believe it's Friday already. Where does the bloody week go every week? It surprises me. It always surprises me. But I'm hoping everyone is doing well and feeling really, really well. I've had a pretty crap week. I'll wait until a few people get here and then I'll talk about my pretty crap week. But it's pretty crappy just in a normally type of way. Gotta put some things away over here. Gotta put some brushes away. Good morning, Bernadette. How are you? Happy Friday to you too, Matthew. I hope you're doing well. Elaine, how are you? Good morning. The feel of pulling silicone off bowls is just it's a thing for me. I like doing it. I could just paint silicone, just mix it just so I can peel it off in a few hours. Good morning, Deb. Congratulations on winning our members draw this month. I was so excited for you. I'm so excited to actually really be doing it after all this time and getting into it. And I've got notifications on my phone. I've got on my table calendar, I've got reminders, so I won't forget them. Hopefully, I might get late sometimes. Bernadette said, I'm okay, still recovering. You would still be recovering. It's a lot. Kate says, good morning, all. Kylie says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kylie. How you going? I received Kylie's baby this week. I'm going to be working on a silicone baby of Kylie's. It's quite a challenge, isn't it, Kylie? It's quite a challenge, so we'll see how we go with it, but I'm up for any challenge. I've got this little baby here. He's one of my little nephews. This is Nate. Nate come to me this week. Oh my goodness, he's a heavy boy. And I just thought I would show you guys and show you how sweet he is. He's a real sweetheart. He actually had a tiny, tiny boo-boo on his knee here, which I can show you until the cows come home. You will not see it because I had to fix it. I had to repair it, and you cannot even tell. So very excited about that. But of course, little Nate has nice, smooth skin, and Kylie's baby is very bumpy. So I have to do a lot of work to hopefully get his skin, or that baby, his or her, I can't remember what it is, as smooth as it is. I think it's a girl, isn't it? Yes, it is. Kylie says, good morning, everyone. And yes, it is. Bernadette said, I'm so excited. I ordered 5 Heaven's Sake mini babies by Andre Arcello last week, and I just got notification that they're coming today. That's very exciting. Wow. I'm so excited for you. That'll be really fun to make a start on. Yeah, Nate is really sweet, but I don't love full body silicons. I love them as a look, and I love to be able to sit and give a cuddle and that sort of thing, but I don't like picking them up. They are really too heavy for me, and you always feel like, you're going to make a mistake or something. It's so heavy, but laying on you and everything, beautiful, but they're just so heavy, and I don't have the strength anymore. I really don't. But yeah, he came in, I did the boo-boo, and he came dressed in something else. So, oh, you've lost one of your little sockies. There we go, Nate. I always like to, oh, crikey, dress them up in something different. So when they go home, they're totally refreshed. So yeah, it's the process of repairing silicone. So far, so good, is going well, and I love the challenge, and I just love the whole. Oh, I'm all on my microphone there. I love the, oh my goodness, whole new world of it, really. But I've got a new challenge by having that challenge. Yes, that's right, Kylie. Gigi says, good morning. Good morning, Gigi. My new challenge is obviously I've been working on tidying this room up, and pretty much everything at this stage has its place, but I've got to cull and make more room. And why I say that is when I've got repairs that I'm working on, I often have like people come in wanting me to change eyes or to change bodies, to add eyelashes. I do a lot of little repairs, and quite often I have like a few extra babies in here that I wouldn't want, not wouldn't want, but I don't have room for. That's the understanding. So I'm trying to think of a new system that I can do for these little babies that come into my little hospital. Because let's say with my bassinet, Gracie May's, which is Poppy, is normally in there. Matilda's in her pram. Mateo has his little space in this corner. That's his space. And I know that might sound a little bit like, oh, well, Mateo deserves a bed, but he really looks cute there and he really loves it. And then we've got Martin and Stormy there. This little girl that's sitting up in the corner there, that's a repair that I've got to do. Actually, that's a big repair. Not so much a repair. She wants a refresh, paint refresh, and then she wants me to implant hair. So that's going to be a really long haul job. And the mummy of her is really happy for me to take as long as I like, because it's actually, I'll get her. I will get her. It's nice to show you guys. But my problem is right now is, like, for instance, little Nate here, he doesn't have a space for me necessarily to put him. So I can lay him on my work table here. But that's not very personal. So this is Didi. She's a little sweetheart. She really is a sweetheart. And I personally love her paint. I actually did her hair myself, but she's got a little chip on the hair, you can see there. But her mummy wants her to have implanted hair. And like why I say this is very special, her name's Didi. It's actually my friend's, she says it's her mother. She painted it herself, but like I said, she wants her to be a little bit more, with a little bit more color. I love the coloring of her, but everyone's different. But inside little Didi is like some of this lady's mother's pieces. I shouldn't say really pieces. It's so she couldn't put any ashes in here. So I think she's got her mum's shirt in the belly and her mum's teeth. So I have to have a really respectful area. I have made a special area for Didi. I'm going to put her just under my window there in those bassinets that are actually change table bassinets. She's going to lay there, and then when I snip the connections for her limbs and head, I can sort of always keep her in one piece. She can always look like she's laying peacefully, and I can cover her over. But, I have to be really respectful because she's a memorial baby. She's got memorial pieces in it. So I have to work out little places that I can lay these babies and they're fully protected. I don't like them just laying on my workbench. And of course, if they're laying on my workbench, how am I going to work? Right? So moving forward, just sit there, Didi. Like I said, I'm in this process of trying to figure out how I can make it work. I was just looking over there at my desk before, and I thought maybe I can make a system of little shelves underneath, little long shelves underneath that desk, where I can sort of pull out a drawer and it can be laid on there. Kind of like really sad, not really nice, but like a morgue sort of situation. So they're on a flat sort of drawer that I can sort of pull out. They've got plenty of room. Their face is not going to be hit or anything. but their body is like how I left it. Oh, this sounds horrible, doesn't it? Maybe when I did the last layer, or like for Nate, for instance, Nate is a silicon baby. So when I did a part of his repairs, he then had to lay very still, not so he's going to move or anything. And it had to be clean where, you know, he wasn't going to get any dust or anything on him. So if you know what I mean, I need to figure out a system for that. And I know it'll come to me, but at the moment, because I've got Nate here and Didi, things are a little bit overwhelming in here, and they're on the like up level of becoming messy. So out of, let's say my room is 50% clean at the moment, because I'm still working on making it clean, it's probably now 60% untidy, even though there's tidy parts. Yeah, so you know what I mean. It's a work in progress, but I really want to make something work. And I find the best way to make things work is a little bit hard, but it's to throw things out. It's hard to throw things out. It really is. But I'll just see if anyone's saying anything. I don't want to just rattle on and not say hello. Robin's here. Hello, Robin. Don't be sorry, Kylie. I'm up for the challenge. Really, I'm really hoping I do her justice for you. I'm excited. I haven't started her yet because to get the paint off, we need a very, 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 very fine grade of sandpaper. And I don't know how much of that I'm going to need, but I need to have it on my work table when I'm working on her. So I need to wash her first, but I haven't even started yet because I need to get that and make sure I've got all the tools I need when I start. Okay, Kylie, thank you for popping in anyway. And Kate says, I put my stepdad's ashes in my little baby brother, in my little baby brother, and you and I painted him together in a sense. Oh, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful. I love ashes. I think are easier to put than teeth, but like I said, they couldn't open the ashes, and I think her father didn't want to, so but he did give the teeth. And I think there might be a wedding ring in there too. A few people were like, oh my god, aren't you scared? And I'm like, no, it's a beautiful thing. If she wants to come to me at night or something and have a chat, that's okay. I think it's a beautiful thing, and it would be a beautiful thing that I could give to the mummy, you know. Bernadette says, sounds like my studio. I get to 60% tidy, then creative, and it becomes 70% untidy. I know. And I'm loving my new space. Like in here, I've been really, like you say, you get inspiration because you get a bit of tidy and you want to just keep going. It's the same in my workroom downstairs. And 2026 is my new year. I've like cleared the negative energy, and I feel so positive, and I'm really getting ahead, and I do believe it's going to keep getting better. So I'm very excited about that. It was Quinn by Tammy Yara. Yes, that was a beautiful baby, and it turned out to be the same size as my little brother. Oh, bless him. That is a beautiful story. Thank you for telling me that, Kate. So anyway, it'll be a work in progress, as everything is, but I am looking forward to it. I've got like a desk. I'll show you. You guys have seen my mess before, so it's not new, is it? Yeah, turn around. Why can't I turn you around? Oh yeah, here we go. So anyway, this is just my painting table. So that's a normal mess. That can be cleaned up in 2 minutes. It's this table behind here that's sorry, there's a light right in your eyes. That's the like a wall table, like it comes down from the wall, and I keep my, it's not really messy, but there's just a few things on it. So I was thinking, even if I, sort the things out underneath it, and, maybe put that desk back up to the wall and things, maybe I might make some more room for myself. I don't know. But like I said, it's a work in progress, and I'm up for the challenge. I'm definitely up for the challenge. And I love the whole new feeling of everything that's happening around anyway. Normal mess. Just yes, normal mess. We're allowed to have normal mess. And like I said, I can clean that in 2 minutes and it will be totally clear. So I don't mind normal mess. Look at this. Did I show you that last week? My strawberry shortcake. I think I did. I did because I was excited to show you my blending brush that I use for matting my silicons. So cute. So anyway, I will get that fixed and resolved. And I kind of like it. It's kind of exciting because it means you can, make changes. And I always like to make changes for the better. So very excited. But a bad week, like I said, I've had this week is because, it's not terrible, but I woke up Sunday morning, probably about 1 a.m. with really bad vertigo. I think it's vertigo anyway. And I was like, oh my God, I can't get to the toilet, hold on to everything and, feeling that really. So I went back to bed. And anyway, when I lay down, it's just yuck, really yuck. And I woke up in the morning and I said to Michael, I said, it's not happening today. I'm not coming to the markets. I'm staying in bed, which is like never me. So off he went. Later on in the day, I was able to sort of get up and go downstairs, make myself like a sandwich and just watch some telly for a bit. But yeah, it wasn't nice. And in the afternoon, I thought, well, if this is going to be worse Monday or even still here, I need assistance from myself. I've got assistance from Michael, but so I printed out all my invoices. I booked in all my couriers so that I knew when I woke up Monday morning, I had that assistance that was already done for me when I was doing my orders. So lucky enough, I woke up Monday morning and I was, I've been, ever since yesterday, I was a bit, I had class and I was a bit slow and I had to put I had these little things, they're called loops. They're like a little earplug that dull down the noise around you. I had those in my ears for class because it was so noisy and my head was just like someone's just holding it in a vice the whole time. Not a headache, just a wrong feeling. Anyway, I am booked in to see the doctors next Tuesday. That's the earliest I could get in. But it's just held me back somewhat this week, but not fully. Ever since I've been getting on top of things, I've got this really eager energy. Like at night time when Michael goes to bed, I, go around and I tidy up if I'm in a good headspace and a good, not too sick, I'll just get up and I'll clean everything. Like those videos you watch people sort of walking around the room and they're, doing all the washing up, putting all the dishes away, cleaning their kitchen beautiful. That's me, but I do it without the videos. I just love it. And in between it, I do this while the ads are on TV and I might be watching, let's say, maths or something. And whenever an ad comes on, I'm like, and off I go and clean. But, my husband doesn't even notice. He gets up in the morning. He doesn't even notice it's done. So, yep. Oh, I'm going to tell you about a podcast I'm working on next week. You'll like this. But anyway, I'm just saying that, I try not to let anything hold me back. And even though I feel like I'm walking around and someone's actually holding my head the whole time like this, you feel like I'm keeping on going and I'm getting there. My ear thing, my vertigo thing, is a form of vertigo, but I think it's mainly related to my ears. I've got some bad ear problems, and I'm going to ask to go see a specialist about it. So that's my deal. And I think moving forward in all the fussing around that I do and working on babies and cleaning houses and that, I think because I can't let a sickness hold me back, my brain is a really creative brain and I can't stop. So it's like you'll see someone, and this is another thing that doesn't sound nice, but they're dying, but they're still, I'm not dying, by the way. Where's the freaking wood in this place? Yep, I'm not dying, but I'm just saying as a thing, they don't let that stop them. You can't let things stop you from living your life. Sometimes you've just got to keep pushing through things, still to be happy. Don't sit there and say, "Oh, I'm sick," and try to get you know, attention from everyone. You know, when you've got something that's hundreds of people have, you know, get on with life, move on with life, and you know, make life happy. Don't let whatever you've got define you. So I'm not letting it define me. I'm move, move, move. So yeah, just go back a little. Ellison, Ellison. Every time I see that the word of your name, I'm like, I have to read it properly. But good day to you. It's good morning here. Hope you're doing good. You have vertigo and pass out. Luckily enough, whenever I have had bouts of vertigo, I've never passed out. And I had used to have vertigo bad when I was like, I think before Amy was even born. So let's say 30 years ago. But it settled and I don't really get it much anymore. But my mum gets dizziness a lot. You just got to focus on it. Yeah, that's true. Gigi says, good you were seeing a doctor. Morning, Jessica. Ellison says, seeing a neurologist. I don't know where they will send me because, yeah, I know, like I said, I've told you a million times before, I've got eczema in my ears. And it really frustrates me when after I have a shower and they're wet, I do just gently clean my ears. I know I'm not supposed to, but the frustration of feeling like my ears are wet are so much more. Anyway, so I've got cream that I put on my ear for the eczema, but sometimes it can get really bad and can get a little bit flaky. I don't think it looks really bad. Like, I don't think I'm like one of those people that look like they've got cauliflowers off their ears or anything. But it feels bad. And, you know, sometimes I'll go like that and a big flake will sort of come out, that type of thing. And because of that, sometimes it can make my ears feel blocked. And I think I told you a few weeks back, I was syringing my ears to clean the blockages. And then I heard that wasn't a good thing to push water through your ears. So there's maybe I've got water behind my eardrum or something like that. And it might be a light infection or something. I don't know, but I want them looked into because I struggle with ear problems all the time. And moving forward, I don't want to, you know, lose my hearing prematurely. I mean, we all get older. That's fine. My hearing's gonna go down. That's fine. I'm fully accepting of, you know, where I'm headed, but I don't want it to happen prematurely. So keep a look on that. So sometimes though, my doctor just goes, oh no, that's just that. Have some medication. But I'm gonna try to push and say, look, yeah, even do a brain scan or something, because I probably for about the last 2 months I'll have little bouts of dizziness, just like I'll be laying in bed, not even moving my head, and all of a sudden I'll feel a dizziness wave over me. So yeah, I want it dealt with properly. I don't want to just put some lipstick on it and call it, I don't know what they say, I don't know. Put some icing on it and say it's a really nice cake. I don't want to say that sort of stuff. Gigi said, I clean Jim's messes. And they're so messy. I mean, Michael's not messy. He's actually, and it's back to when he was younger. He was so tidy and so, I mean, he's a clean guy and everything, but I don't know. He's just got sort of lazy and he'll just do the dishes, right? Great. He'll do the dishes every day. That's fantastic. But he'll leave any bits in the bottom of the sink plugs. And I'm just like, can't you just pick that up and shake that into the bin? Or can't you pick, like, there's a silver cap on top of the plug. Can't you pick that up and, you know, wipe it over with the sponge to keep it shiny instead of it going all moldy or something? I don't know. Like, they don't go past what they have to do. So it can be very frustrating. But I think to myself, I'm doing this for me. So I really don't need his attention about it. I don't need his saying, I mean, look at this. The other day I cut my hair. I just cut my hair. Okay. I think one side is longer than the other. I don't really care. It's too expensive to pay for haircuts. No one notices. No one notices I cut my hair. My best friend is getting married next year. So she's got all these beautiful long hairstyles for me. And I thought my hair felt really dry and a bit yucky. So I'm cutting it now because then by the time our wedding is next year, it would have regrown back and it'll be a lot healthier. So, Ellison said an ENT can really help when it comes to eyes and ears. Thank you for that little word. I really have to push for it, I think. Even if I have to go on a waiting list, I don't care. I just need to push for it. Deb says morning Gigi and Bernadette. Gigi said morning Jess, and Jessica said morning Gigi. Gigi said morning Deb. Deb says morning Jess. Ellison says I got an ear camera that helps clean it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Bernadette said my husband ended up diagnosed with Meniere's disease. It's non-curable but treatable. It can lead to hearing loss for him. It has, really. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm really glad he got a diagnosis. I think it's so frustrating when you hear people over the years and they're, obviously got something wrong with them and the doctors keep saying, oh, no, that's fine, he's fine, or whatever like that. Very frustrating. Gigi said water in the ears, not good. Zero should go into the ears. I know, right? But I had blocked ears and, yeah. But I'm not doing that anymore. Don't sweep it under the rug. That's right. And earplugs when you shower or swim. Okay, that's a great idea. Thank you. I will do that. Your mum cuts your hair. It's too expensive to go to the hairdressers. I still, if I want to refresh and dye my hair, I do it out of a box because I can't afford a $200 and haircuts, paying like $50 for them to go. And that's what they literally do to me. It's like it'd be okay if you paid $50 and they, really took their time. But lately I've just get nothing. So yeah, I don't do it. Anyway, I wanted to get on to next week's podcast. I'm a bit excited about. So make sure if you watch my podcasts that you watch this one. This one is going to be on domestic violence because I'm trying to go out of the box with Reborns a little bit and make people that feel alone or lost feel like they're being understood, that, people aren't forgetting them. With domestic violence, a lot of people go through their life alone. They don't tell friends, they don't tell family, and they just accept it, mainly, especially these days, because they can't afford to separate. They'll have nowhere to go. And so they feel very alone. And so I want to, I'm going to talk about that and what it feels like and what a reborn could do, if you're in that situation, how they can help you cope. We all know how they can make you cope, but I want to make those people realize, feel a bit seen for a moment, even though it's just going to be me. And I want to make them feel seen a bit, but I'm going to sort of do a little bit of reenacting. I'm just going to tell you guys first. I always tell you guys, I don't tell, this. Anyway, a bit of reenacting first. So it's kind of going to be a little bit funny at the same time because I want to make a little lightness in it. So, but not during it, okay? So I'm going to get my husband, while we're doing the video, I'm going to get him to do some yelling at me, okay? But, I don't put up with that. So there will be some bloopers where I'll be turning around and telling him, you want to go, you mug, sort of things like that. They'll be at the end. So if you do watch my podcast, make sure you watch to the end and have a little bit of a giggle after something so serious and sad. A little bit of a giggle at Michael and me just sort of letting him have it. So I wanted to do that. I do know someone at the moment that's having a little tiny bit of domestic violence, but nothing, you can't say nothing too bad because it's always hurtful. But when I decided to do this, I decided to do it with her in mind, and I thought about how she could be feeling and just what I can do. If I can do something and just let her know that I hear it and I understand. And I also understand in many of these situations that they can't really leave. Like I said, finances these days, and housing, there's no housing. It makes it really hard. So anyway, I hope that you guys will watch and have a little giggle at me and Michael at the end. I'm also going to interview, see, my head's sort of spinning at the moment. I'm going to interview Michael midway. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm going to try it anyway and ask him like like his his kind of point of view on domestic violence and, having daughters, how he feels. And yeah, just I'll have to really work out the right questions to ask him. But yeah, I thought that would be different as well, having a guy in my podcast and talking from their perspective, sort of thing. So we'll see how it goes. But just to let you know, that will be coming up. You ended up homeless, being a victim of domestic violence. I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm so glad to hear you're all good now. Us women, we're so powerful, and I think we can do anything we put our mind to. Um, Someone, I think I might have said this to you, so excuse me if I have. Um, I was going to go ahead, and I'm not doing it now, but I was going to go ahead with this company who was going to help me get a little bit bigger on YouTube and things like that. And I had a meeting with them a couple of weeks ago, and I think I might have said this to you. Anyway, I'm not doing it now because I really can't afford it. But they also, I think they might have felt sorry for me because I'm not really financially able to pay for their services, and maybe they also thought that it's such a unique um, thing that we're involved in that maybe it would be hard for them to get more um, likes and that on YouTube. Anyway, he said this one thing to me, and I'm sure it's going to stick with me forever. He said that the program was going to cost me $9,000. Okay, so it was going to be a big thing, and I was actually quite thinking about getting a loan and doing it. But like I said, I made a decision. I'm not now, and also I think they may have thought that they didn't want to rip me off. They seemed like really good people. But he said, okay, put it this way. If you've got $1 million in front of you, you're going to run, and you can get to that. If you can get to that, it's yours. You're going to run as fast as you can to get to that $1 million, right? You're going to, anything you can do, you're going to try really, really hard to do that, right? And then put it in another perspective too. If you've got a lion chasing behind you, you're going to run even faster, right? You're going to run even faster to get to that $1 million. It's your safe space. And his sort of moral to that story is that we always find a way. We always find a way to get to that $1 million. We will run, we'll push, we'll break our back literally to get to there. You can find a way, and he's talking about finding a way to get to the money. I could have found a way to get to the money. And then the lion was going to be him. He was going to be the person who called me out, making sure I was keeping up to everything I needed to do to get to that money. Like what I mean? So anyway, the point of what I'm saying there is he said everyone can always find a way. And I do believe you can. Sometimes you might have to change your mindset. Sometimes you might have to take a loan or something like that. But yeah, I was willing to take that step to make my life financially better because I often struggle. But anyway, I'm not doing it now. And there's other reasons between that too. Deb says men need to remember they would not be here without women. Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, 9K, right? Really good. But anyway, I've told you guys before, my YouTube journey has been really slow. It's been very organic. So I've never really gone and asked for help for anyone or paid for help for anyone. It's all been me. So I've got over 20,000 subscribers. That's been a long haul struggle, probably for about 15 years, I think. When I've watched other people come into the community, the Reborn community, and just in leaps and bounds, they've just gone up and up and up, and their followers get so high, and before I know it, they're at 1 million subscribers. And I'm like, how can there be 1 million people that love reborns or that want to look at reborns, but they're not following me? You know, you start to really question yourself and wonder what you're doing wrong and think, oh, people mustn't like me. I must have a resting bitch face or something like that. But through all of this time, I always be really positive, and I think, well, you know, this is just my journey. This is my path. This is what I'm supposed to go, even if it's at snail's pace. Okay. So I've accepted that. But I also, you know, I'm really doing more these days. You know, I'm trying to really push the podcasts every week, one podcast every week. An affirmation, Reborn affirmation every week. I didn't do my last week one because I had my vertigo really bad and I could not do it. But hopefully there'll be one this week. I'll try to do it ahead of time. I do the baby Mateo and Matilda baby animations now, and I try to release them every day. I try to do other little videos like of my cube unboxing and that. I haven't done that in a few weeks, but I will do soon. So, and I want to do more tutorials. I want to get back to my tutorial days, but that means making all your spaces around you working nice and smoothly so that that can work smoothly too. But that is my goal for this year, to get back to tutorials. And then with my my website and eBay, they've been really angry at each other for some time because of a company I had linked to my eBay. Didn't really talk very well to my Shopify, and then they decided to put the price up, and I thought, and the price was going from, I don't know, it was something like 200 US a year to go up to 500 US a year, and they really weren't providing me with anything. Long story short, I deleted that company. I found a new company, and it has been amazing. They work with me so fantastic. We've managed to, I had 486 listings on eBay. Now I have like over 900 listings on eBay, things taken from my website. So I'm hoping all of these steps I'm making my own path, and hopefully it can be a little bit faster than a snail's pace. Look, I don't need to be a millionaire. I don't even need to have $10,000 in the bank or things like that. All I need to do is feel comfortable week to week, to be able to support my husband, to be able to support my son and my girls anywhere they need, and to still support myself. So if I want something, I can get it, if you know what I mean. Most of the things I get anyway, I get secondhand, but I love that. And I just want to keep continuing that. I don't want to keep being in the situation where I have $2 in my account and I have to say to my husband, no, we can't have that today because I don't have enough money. So I work so hard for every week for all the money I get, but I think it shouldn't be this hard. My work hard now should be paying off. So, but I'm not negative. I'm still moving forward, and I'll always push to do better. Okay, Matthew left, so bye to Matthew if you watch this back later. Bernadette said slow and steady wins the race. Nothing is wrong with you or your channel. Thank you, Bernadette. And that is true. That is I should be listening to a word like that. Slow and steady wins the race, because it's true. It's true. It's been proven over the years. Gigi said, got to go. Meg is nagging and trying to turn off the tablet. Playtime more important. Talk later, everybody, and have a great weekend. Thank you. You too. Ellison said, my mental vitamins are lion mane and COQ10. Then you find they're good for you. They help. Bernadette said, bye, Gigi. Talk to you soon. eBay link. I don't have a link that I can give you as such. I would always suggest, though, eBay, if you looked up Aussie Reborn supplies, it should come, you should see my stuff. But I do always suggest people to go to my website first, which is www.aussierebornsupplies.com.au. And that's just to say, because eBay do charge a lot for sales. And sometimes if you're overseas, they charge a hell of a lot for postage. With my website, my postage is more, it's more on point. It's a lot better value than eBay's postage price. And with my website, it's so easy for me to navigate. I see very clearly what people have paid for postage and things like that. And if they overpay for postage, I normally get in contact with them and like I refund them the overpayment or see if they need something else that they could use with that money, that they can, you know, put into their parcel. So I find like, yeah, my website is more me. You're more dealing directly with me, even though eBay you are too, but you know, unfairly but fairly, eBay take a good chunk of that money, and then they charge my customers, overcharge my international customers, not my Australian customers because they're all free post, but they overcharge my international customers on postage, which stinks. I don't like to overcharge anyone. And yeah, Deb said bye, GG. Ellison said game changing. Cool. Thank you. So yes, anyway, I'm not paying the $9,000 and I might still be getting some extra money out as a small loan. But it'll be, instead of for help with my YouTube, it'll be for buying more stock so I can provide you guys with more stock. So a stock loan. Businesses do that all the time. I've done it thousands of times. All right, it's nearly story time, guys. Today we are reading One Bear Lost. So if you're going to stay for a little bit and you've got your reborn or your pet grandchild, come back. Or not, just stay. We're going to read in a minute. Today, what I'm doing today, I'm going to lunch with my mum and Amy and Tiana. It's like the first lunch we've had all together where the boys are at school. So it's just a ladies' lunch, quiet ladies' lunch, and I'm really looking forward to it. So, yay. So that's what I'm doing today. So I hope you are all having a really great weekend and doing, I don't know what I'm doing this week. What are you doing? I'll probably be working on that silicone I was talking about. I really need to get moving with it because I don't want all my babies that I'm working on to start piling up. Ellison said eBay contacts get traffic to your website. Yes, eBay contacts gets traffic to your website. Do they? That's cool. I like that idea. Girls' day out. Yes, Deb. Bernadette said I have to go. Just had a phone call. I have to follow up. Have a great weekend. Bye. Thank you for joining me today, Bernadette. And, you know, I hope everything, best wishes on your recovery. I hope it improves much quicker for you. I know you're going to be there for your family, which makes it hard on us, doesn't it? All right, then. So One Bear Lost. Didn't bring my drink in today, so I'm a bit parched. I have to say. One Bear Lost. 10 sleepy bears wake from a winter's night. One wanders out in the early morning light. Nine scruffy bears wash in sparkling stream. One dries off. His fur is all fresh and clean. Eight hungry bears go on a hunt for food. One wanders off. She smells something good. I'm up for something, smelling something good. I'm getting hungry. 7 silent bears pad softly through the trees. One sniffs some honey and goes looking for bees. Six playful bears have fun in the snow. One disappears, bottom high, head low. Five strong bears climb up a slippery slope. One slides down. So let's go of the rope. Off the rope. Let's go of the rope. Let's go of the rope. 4 weary bears have a rest at the top. One falls over, flippity flop. 3 lively bears race down an icy hill. One stops to rest, calm and still. 2 brave bears paddle steady and slow. One gets stranded. Where should he go? Nine weary bears have gone back home. But look, one poor bear left all alone. One bear lost. Nine worried bears all call out for their friend. Ten happy bears are back together again. 10 tired bears are fast asleep in their cozy den. And that's the end of today's story. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's live. Don't forget, if you want me to do any specific podcasts or affirmations or anything, please, comment in the comments below. And if you watch this and you haven't yet subscribed to me, please hit the subscribe button. I've got to start saying that a little bit more, because I think sometimes we all just sit here and we enjoy things, but we forget to do those simple things. Like it. There's only been 2 people that liked the video. So press the like button too. Anyway, it was a nice story, wasn't it? Jessica said, cute story. I like pictures. Me too. Elaine said, cute story. All right, guys, I'm going to go because my daughters are downstairs and I get to spend some quality time with them today, which I'm really looking forward to. All right, I will let you know next Friday how my brain goes, or how my ears go, or whatever, or how I'm up to. Bye, love and hugs, Deb. Kate says, have a good weekend. All have a great weekend, Kate. All of you have a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy your reborning journey. Enjoy your babies. Bye. Happy reborning.